And we return for the second half.
Stupid fat fingers when you text. I'm always sending bad.
I'm a terrible texter. I'll send the same word like 6 times. And I
It
get it
drives
wrong
me
each time.
crazy.
Autocorrect, too, can be pretty scary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about the second half of the Dudes Like Us podcast that is, it's kind of magical. And I know it's directly related to the juice that we're drinking. But what the juice does is it creates I don't know, it loosens up those inhibitions
It's
a little
natural
bit.
lubricant.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Lubricant.
Jaw
Huh.
lubricant.
Good Lord, dude.
This podcast got weird really quickly.
Welcome to the second half of the Dudes Like Us podcast. Chuck, our producer, thank you, sir. Check us out on, what is that? Rod Vilhauer. God, how do you say your last name?
Vilhauer.
Yeah,
Vilhauer.
RodVilhauer.com. You know what? We didn't even talk about any of that stuff the first half.
It's okay.
Well, we were blowing all over the place.
what do you
Yeah.
want to know? Just ask away.
let me finish this. So check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Check us out on YouTube and TikTok and some
All
of the other
those
stuff.
places,
Yes, dudeslikeus.com or / our RSS feed. Well,
Yeah.
we're on all the feeds. Just look up for Dudes Like Us podcast. Also, the first half, a shout out to Knob Creek. 12 if you missed that. We reviewed that, and it scored pretty
high.
It was all right.
Everyone liked it, except Sean.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2 against 1.
It was just meh.
It was
Sean
all
lost
right.
He's been
All right.
discredited.
Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
Rod.
All right. Here we
Rod's
are.
that guy in the classroom, just no bullshit. Just like, Rod, take that, it's my
You
name.
can call me anything, just don't call me late for supper.
So the first half of the podcast, we talked a lot. We talked a lot. I don't say it was heated, but there was some
We touched some deep, some
there were-
touchy topics.
Yeah, there's stuff out there. Look, there's people that are thinking it and they're not saying it, and we try to personify that. We want to make this into a conversation, because we want the best candidate for the mayor of Frisco that's going to represent us, And that's why we're having you on the podcast today, and so you can explain to the folks where you're at and why they should vote for you.
Yeah, I want to get more into, because I actually got one of your flyers today
Oh,
that had a mistake on it.
They misspelled
who
Rod.
proofs those? Is that your job, Ivan?
No. I'm a math guy.
Well,
no. My wife, who speaks foreign language, corrects my English. So,
And actually, what I like about this one, because you get a ton of these this time of year, this is very simple and straightforward to see what your goals are. And that's what I want to kind of get into. We talked a lot about roads and infrastructure.
Sure.
I know that's a lot of your background. You were doing some of that. But some of the, and we may have touched on some of this, kind of the question, room for improvement, right? Where do we see, or where do you see Frisco going here in the next several years with you as mayor? What would you like to get done, and what would you like to see where to go?
Give us one. Just one topic that we didn't talk about in the first half.
Sure. We talked about cleaning the structure up, and let's get integrity back in the office. So we've talked about that. I think really what we've got left, this city is becoming, it's a mature city. It's becoming a legacy city. So we've got 14% of our real estate left.
Wow.
That's not a lot.
Man, that was quick.
Yes, sir. But it's good real estate. Our comprehensive plan, they just updated in 2024. It's supposed to carry us through 2040. I think we have a great opportunity for this city, and it's not, it's very important that we bring in development here that creates a great tax base for us, so we don't have to carry the burden. Let me just give you an example, and I've used this 100 times, but it's a straight up example. So when AT&T leaves Dallas, Texas, they're coming to Plano. We didn't get them here, but they've been working with Plano for 5 years. They want to be by Legacy West.
Right.
Why? Because of Legacy West. They also needed a 54-acre spot. So, and it's JCPenney property is perfect for that. When they leave Dallas, Texas, Dallas will lose $62 million a year in property tax.
Oh, wow.
The surrounding businesses and properties will devalue by $2.8 to $3 billion immediately.
Wow.
Now, when they come up here and they throw down on 54 acres and they build these brand new buildings in this complex, it's going to be amazing.
Where's it going?
It's
by the pennies?
Well, it'll be it'll be east of the old J.C. Penney's area. So
East, okay.
really, just where J.P. Morgan, Liberty Mutual.
Oh yeah.
It'll be right on the south side of J.P. Morgan.
I think we got it right there.
So just go to 121 on the tollway. Yep. So if you go right up, I don't think you're in the right place.
There's Legacy West. There's J.C. Penney.
There's 121. There's the tollway.
So where's J.C. Penney?
It's
That's
that-
the old J.C. Penney.
It's the plus sign buildings up there.
Right here.
Yeah,
There we go. So if you go, it may be.
Is that right there on to the right?
Yeah,
I thought
that's
it was the old
Legacy
EDS
West. So
Hewlett Packard. I thought it was this.
No, there's
this-
another company moving in there.
Okay.
Really?
yeah, I can't. So you've got well, it could be the old J.C. Penney.
Yeah, J.C. Penney doesn't own that anymore. They sold that.
Well, yeah, and that's where all that development came from around
Right.
there.
Yep.
But anyway,
Wow.
So-
Those are big buildings too.
Yeah, so it wasn't even an option for them to be in Frisco. Really, they were looking at Legacy West and
Right.
wanted to be anchored there.
I mean, my understanding is there still was possible land.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
where there's
it's-
a will, there's a way.
Of course.
yeah, but
Sure.
So I'm going to argue that point. When someone like AT&T comes, even Jerry Jones tried to get him to come to the Star.
Right.
You got land there, but it was not where they wanted to be. Here's what I'm talking about: the opportunity that we have right now. So when I talked about Jeff Karcher, right, the guy that is the new chairman of the board of the Texas, I have to go stock exchange. He says for a fact told us that there are over 100 top 500 corporations right now incorporating in the state of Texas. This corridor of Plano, Frisco, Prosper, we are set up. And look at how many people are leaving California.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
some of
New
the
York.
best of the best. So we can be picky in this last 14%. And I really think we're going to set that last 14% can set the tone. We are a sports mecca.
yes.
We are a destination city. We got the PGA. We've got Universal Studios. You've
Yep.
got Toyota, which is the soccer Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So you've got the Dallas Cowboys, wealthiest franchise in the world, right? So, well, except for a soccer team. So we've got all that. But what we need to do is settle in with, let's talk about those gold coin, the best, been around 100 years. Let's get these guys to bring their new headquarters here. Great paying jobs. People live here, work here. You know, it's amazing. That whole lineup south of 121, west of the tollway, 90% of those executives live in Frisco.
Yep.
All the taxpayers' dollars are going to Plano. So let's start bringing those folks into Plano. And I think that's the start. That's the real, our focus is the build out of the last 14%.
Now,
Yeah.
is
It's
that
very
14% mainly like the Brinkman Ranch and
Yeah, I was going to say, where is the majority of that?
So
And wouldn't you want to maintain a certain percentage in reserve?
well, so here's what happens. Go here, just in fact, right south on the tollway, right south of 121, right south of Legacy East. There's a family there, and I'm not going to say their name, but the old booger said, I'm holding out. And there's land on both sides of the road.
on the toll road, right?
Where's this at?
Right south of Legacy West and Legacy East.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a farm
The
there.
property
Oh,
begins.
I see it right there.
Yeah, there's wheat on the ground right now. Okay. So that gentleman said, as long as I'm alive, there's nobody building here. So his son, Toby, is in great shape, but
He whacked him.
it's hard for him. Nobody wants to go south and build new south of something. Everything grows to the north.
So you're saying they're missing out on an opportunity. Huge.
And not that somebody won't take it, but the prime time is gone, in my opinion.
Right.
And I've seen it in multiple places. So we just have to, with our EDC that's very strong, we've got to go to work. And now in this time in history, with what's going on around the country, Texas is prime real estate, and we
Right.
are Frisco is. It's as good as it gets. It's
Right.
the safest city in America, the most successful, the
Yeah.
richest per capita. Just keep going down
All
the
we
road.
need-
I don't want to be the fastest growing. Somebody said we need to continue to be the fastest growing.
No.
How
we
do
don't.
you?
No,
we
no,
need to grow
no.
smart, not fast.
Thank you. That's
Sorry,
it.
I stole your
No,
line.
no, you're good.
I mean, that growth spurt is over. You only got select
Now we
tracks
need to
that are
mature.
left, yeah.
We need to mature and cultivate
Yes.
what we've got.
Pay attention. We've got Grand Park. There's some really nice areas. Let me just take you on a little journey real quick. So where the Star is, right south of that is Hall Park.
Yep.
Hall was the very first people to come, did a great job. Do you realize since Jones started the Star, he didn't get to a Legacy West type setup. It's very nice. But Hall's going, we've got tons and tons of open parking here. That doesn't pay taxes to anyone. Also, it's not a good use of their land density. So what they're doing, if you go right south of the Star, they have tore down 2 offices that were like 10 years old. They have put a high-rise residential, very high-end with restaurants and everything, and then they put an office building right to the west. The EDC sits in that office building, looks right down onto the Star. So they are what's it called? They're basically redeveloping an area that's already been developed, but they're going to make it much more intense. So
they're course correcting a better language there.
Right. And then with Jones, Hillwood, Ross Perot Jr., he stepped in. They have joint ventured now. That whole deal is those 2. I heard the story that when Mr. Perot was alive, they were at a football game, and Mr. Perot looked at Jerry and said, "Hey, I'll throw in $1 billion, Jerry, you throw in $1 billion, and let's develop that." And Jerry said, "Let's go." So anyway,
Really?
Wow.
there's that. Now you go.
That'd be nice to have that kind of casual conversation, wouldn't it?
Well, and you look at everything.
We just want microphones.
Everything the Jones family has done. I've known them for a long time. They're great business people. They're great to work with, and what they do is first class. Everything they do is first class. So go up to Lebanon on the southeast corner. It's a hole that's been there for 10 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Finally, the Mix bought that. That's going to be another. That'll be a Legacy West type.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
What are they doing to the hole?
We were hoping it was going to be a SeaWorld with sharks.
Yeah,
and
what
stuff,
the
right?
Yeah. We thought it would be a good scuba diving spot.
So give me just a second. Let me tell you the story on
Scuba
this.
training right there.
Story on this hole. This hole was so when we started digging that, and
You did that?
yeah, we did that whole side. So that was 1 million yards came out of that hole. Stan Thomas, the developer,
Lord.
and he tells me, he said, "Rob, we got to hurry up and get that dug because when I get the second floor started, I get $110 million from the EDC." I go, "What?" So I called George. I said, "George, we need to have lunch." George Purefoy, city manager. I said, "George, tell me, how does the city afford to pay a guy $110 million for a parking garage?" He goes, "Okay, well, let's go down here by the mall. Look at the mall. Look at everything north of the mall. Look at Best Buy, Target, all that." He said, "There's 100 acres of parking lots. The city collects 0 taxes on a parking lot.
Right?
It's got to be a structure. So we're going to shove 3,600 cars into that hole. The density goes up on that whole entire site. We collect taxes on the whole entire site. In 3 years, 3.5 years, we will receive back in taxes the $110 million. The rest goes in the coffers of the city."
Smart.
That's why ADC is there. So,
Why build down instead of up, though?
Well, anytime you can, it just looks better. Who wants a 3,600 car parking garage?
But it's just and I got to ask you on a side note, a little ADD moment here,
Right.
Crystal Skulls moment.
Right.
When you're digging these things, do you find cool stuff?
We found a few fossils, and really what was cool, we found some geodes in there about the size of a basketball.
Wow.
Nice.
And I couldn't
But
figure.
no crystal skulls.
But when they were, what I understood, when they were doing the Dallas North Tollway around Lebanon, they found a burial of a family. Is that accurate?
Oh, definitely. We've run into them multiple places. They shut us down on 75. right
pioneers from the early.
No,
when
no.
people
Yeah.
And
drive to-
that's a big issue.
You don't want to
Actually-
find that.
Actually, at 121 and where Preston is, on the southwest corner, there was a little place there. They called it Lolaville, and there were black families that lived there, and they had their cemeteries. A lot of times we've run into them before, and literally developer, engineers, civil guys, they'll design right around it, cut around, and they'll
Put a little,
and protect it. Yeah,
put a little gated,
yeah.
gated plot.
Yeah.
I mean, Legacy East has that cemetery right there.
You're right.
Yeah.
It sure does.
It's pretty too.
and it's respectful.
Yes.
Absolutely, you have to do that.
Hey, if they come across me, I'm long gone. Just do what you need to. Don't let it hold up
Progress.
production.
Yeah,
progress.
put a big business on there. Just
Yes.
you don't have to pay
Yes.
taxes if you're operating on a cemetery. Is that accurate?
So let me finish up.
Yeah, the big hole.
So when you get to Lebanon, southeast corner, and then you go, now we've got fire Firefly with the PGA.
Yep.
Firefly, the same developer did Legacy West, is doing Firefly, and it's going to be. They're saying Legacy West on steroids. So
Yeah.
you have all these areas that are set and ready for great business complexes that'll have all the food, all the dining, all the places you
Sure.
can live there, work there. So we are teed up. We just need to be, and we can be picky. We don't have to be in that big a hurry. They're going to come to us.
Oh, they are
And-
lining up.
Yes, and I firmly believe that. So let's negotiate some great deals.
Sure.
So, are you going to take that pit and convert it back to a garage?
I'm pretty sure what I heard them say, as soon as they finish that high rise they're on.
What about like the degradation of the area, with not being protected
Well,
from
so-
the elements?
Oh yeah, but it was so. What we did, we nailed the walls. They literally shot a structural concrete wall. So the floors in that are poured, and the walls. Now what they're looking at, because it stood in water, they may have to pull the floors out and start it. But you're setting in solid rock. You get no expansion. You get nothing. You can literally drive on the rock. If you suck the water out of there, that rock will be like this. Be like that street out there. It's a great place to build a structure. You have no movement.
Okay.
So,
And what kind of
places-
rock was it? I mean, they've
It's-
got gray, they got tan, and then gray shell. What's below that?
Well, and it's a shale. It does not meet dolomitic limestone spec. Trust me, we tried to spec it, but we ended up putting that under 5 or 6 Walmarts for select fill, and it is non-expansive. It made beautiful select fill.
Okay.
So, but
Fair.
So you think they're going to drain it and turn it right back into they're going to finish it as a parking garage?
I believe so.
Right,
I think they should. I mean, what would it
Okay.
take to fill that thing?
So it's not going to be a scuba park. I just
Another
wanted to make
million
sure.
yards of
It's,
dirt. Yeah.
it's 40 foot deep.
All right. All right. Go back to the map of Frisco. I
40-foot deep.
I need your help.
What is
as
that? 3
mayor.
levels?
Excuse me?
Is that 3 levels down?
It's
40 foot?
4.
Four?
So about 10 foot, 12 foot to a deck. The top one would be, I'm pretty sure the top was exposed because there were 2 hotels designed
Paul.
right on the west side.
Fine.
And you could drive from the west side with valet. You would take it into the top level. So there would have been 3 below and one kind of halfway out of the ground.
Nice.
Takes about 12 foot per deck on a parking garage.
All right.
So 36 plus.
Yeah.
So Chuck, seeing the available land. All right. So as mayor, we need your help in finding where we're going to put the whiskey superstore. So is that on the corner of? Yeah. Where is that going to be?
Ralder and Hillcrest.
We'd like the Dudes Like Us Studios to be put somewhere over
Yeah,
there.
that's
too,
going to be
by
right
So,
next to it.
so I go back to the Brinkman Ranch. I know he's
Yes, sir.
selling, or that family is selling that off slowly,
Right.
right? Is there? Are you privy to any information on what?
Baxter's in poor health. I've known him for a long, long time. So my understanding is right here on Preston and just to the west, a strip in there, 300 or 330 acres, has been sold to be a master plan development. I have no idea.
Thousands and
what that
thousands of more homes.
Well, I don't know. I think it's more. You're going to have some commercial mix in there based on, here's what's going on.
Probably
guys.
apartment
The
complexes.
heaviest density of multifamily in Frisco is on that piece of property. It was there in 1990s. It was already zoned.
Where is that?
That's off of
The whole Brinkman Ranch.
that's off of Coit right
Oh,
there.
zoned multifamily.
zoned
Okay, not built multifamily,
No,
but
not yet.
zoned.
So if you look at the northeast corner, they took out a lot of the multifamily there, and what they've done are they've allowed smaller residential. See, they're small, but they're still density-wise, they're much less.
Does that mean they rezoned it? They did rezone it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And that anything from multifamily into residential is an upzoning.
Okay.
It's a better zoning.
Okay. Okay.
So they're allowed them to do that, and that
Look
looks
at all
like
that.
looks like multifamily right here.
It is.
Phyllis. Okay,
It
so,
is. Yeah, that's a Tom Thumb. Just north of that, those are apartments right there.
I have not
Okay.
been over there. That's crazy.
yeah, I'd pick up kids back.
Yeah,
in there.
sometimes we drive by these things and we're like, where the hell did that building come from? That
Right.
is-
It's so
Yeah.
fast.
It does not take long. You know, it used to be a 18 or 24 month. If they can't build it now in 10 or 11, there's penalties. It's how
Yeah.
fast they
Look how close they are together. That's what we're noticing. All the new subdivisions, like you can
Well,
reach out of your window and
those,
get
those are duplexes. Do you see the double sidewalks?
Yeah.
Now those are single family.
yeah, they're close together. Eric
Look how-
Swalwell's
look
like
at that. Look at that.
So
They share a garage wall.
Hey, yeah, a little bit.
They share a
glance
garage
into your
wall.
neighbor's
They
window.
share a garage wall. Yeah.
So what they're doing here, they're giving you what's almost a zero lot line.
Yeah.
probably 5 foot there.
5
but
foot, yeah.
you notice between the other side, they're giving a little bit of open space. So they're probably doing the backyard's kind of a side yard.
Right.
See how there's more width there. But
So if you need like sugar or one extra egg, you can just reach out of your window and the neighbor will
See,
just put it in
that-
your hand.
look at that. Look how the garages are attached.
Yep.
See how that whole garage is complete? So
That's crazy.
that may be a duplex is probably what that
yeah,
is.
it's gotta
100% a
be.
duplex.
Yeah, the only places that are attached is the garage.
Yeah.
It's still a duplex,
Yeah.
and that's
yeah.
all right. You know
and
what?
that's
Look,
that's prime real estate.
That's
Those are going for about $700,000.
Oh my
a piece.
Yeah,
That is insane.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
I drive through there.
Are you sure? 700,000?
100%. Yeah, I see the sign. It's starting at 700,000.
good Lord.
I am in shock.
I got to ask you, Mr. Mayor, soon to be mayor, what about the HOA programs? I'm going to take a hard right here. I mean, are these HOA programs going to be dissolved where the city can come in and apply ordinances? Or are they always going to be?
Why would they?
Why would they? Why would they? It's a huge pain in the butt. I wouldn't do it if I were mayor, but at the same time, being part of the HOA, I'm like, God bless. I'm sick of these.
But is that a thing? I mean, do cities absolve?
There are a lot of cities, there are a lot of communities out there that don't have an HOA that function just right, just fine, and they lean on the city to take care of business. And I'm kind of wondering why it is that you have these cherry-picked communities that have HOAs and some don't.
Well, what it's like Starwood, where I live, is a basically private community. So the city, they maintain everything, and that's where an HOA comes in, which they're a pain in the butt, but they're important also. If you don't have them, then the quality of, as much as they tick me off,
Yeah,
they keep a standard.
Yeah, there's
there are
guardrails.
certain communities
There's
that
guardrails.
Yeah.
I can understand, but generally speaking, like this community, you have a HOA here, right?
Correct, yes.
But if you go south of this community, half a mile, there's no HOA there. So I'm like, what's the difference between this one and that one?
I don't know.
Even though it's the same.
Might have been when they were developed. There came a time, and I think it's a pretty standard procedure. I don't know exactly if I know some of the smaller. I think some of the smaller really probably don't have, but it may be a city. I don't know, policy that they want them because otherwise people don't take care of their property,
Yeah.
right?
And that's not the
Right.
city's job to be able to. I mean, is it? Does the city drive by? Hey, man, your weeds are high, dude. You need
They
to
will.
cut that."
There's code compliance.
Well, and most time by the time that happens in some of these outer towns, the weeds are 5 foot tall,
Right,
and then they find them whatever.
Right.
When you got an HOA, the HOA does the dirty work, and they'll get nasty. They
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
They don't
Well, I
mess
mean,
around.
Sean, you had your washing machine in your front yard for 4 months.
Yes.
I mean, you're the kind of person that they're wanting to make sure, has an HOA.
I stripped it down. I used the drum. I had a fire pit out front.
And your car was
Yeah,
on,
a toilet,
your car was on-
shaped fire pit.
yeah, your car was on blocks.
Yeah.
I figure it's always more for the houses that want to get painted pink. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Between girls, that's
Also
what they
his
would have.
house. Also his house. Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, look, Chuck has been on. Chuck is one neighbor in the same community. I mean, he's been on the HOA board for an extended period. I was on the HOA board for an extended period, and it's a thankless job.
It
and I
is.
just kind of like I think to myself, why are we wasting our time with these little shenanigans? I get that there's some common amenities or
Yeah.
things that are owned by the HOA, but
Yeah, the city's not going to maintain our pool.
well, yeah, but I'm
Right.
willing to abandon our pool.
Ooh.
Build another lot, build 2-3 lots there, and I don't go to the pool anymore. I don't care.
well, and pools are high maintenance. There's
They
no doubt
sure
about
are.
it. As neighborhoods age, a lot of that stuff. It comes a time when maybe time to fill the pool in.
Yeah,
Demo
let's
it.
build a distillery there.
How many kids are in your neighborhood these days? Yeah.
We'll have the Fairfield Estates distillery right there.
Well, how many young families do you have in your neighborhood these days?
There's 120 lots.
That doesn't answer the question. How many young families?
Oh,
live there?
young. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
with
don't
little
know.
kids that like the pool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Enough
look,
to fill the Gunstream Elementary down the street. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't answer that because there's and that brings up another question. How do you control the people renting in there? Should we have a limit of people renting inside of a community?
We have that on ours.
Yeah, we don't on ours. So, it takes
Yeah.
a majority and it's kind of hard to organize as an HOA.
Yep.
I'm thinking there should be some cookie cutter influence from the city that says, hey, you know what? It's kind of like, what is it called? TUPA, the TUCA, TUCA, the Texas Uniform Condominium Act. They should have something similar to that with the HOAs to say, look, we have a cookie cutter program for the HOAs, which includes XYZ. And I think that should be part of it. I think if you have a percentage of the lots are allowed to lease or rent their places for B&B or whatever. Because, the people that rent these places, even Section 8 housing, I don't want to throw stones at those folks. Everyone deserves to have a place to live. But when you have a house inside that Section 8, let's be real. They're not going to respect the community as much as normal folks would. God bless. That sounded horrible saying that, but
So does the city have any bearing on any of those topics?
I mean, if it's an HOA, the HOA has the authority to do what they need to do. Now,
sure.
I don't know of any HOA
within boundaries. I'm sure, right?
Of course. And there's,
they still don't let us buy beer.
You hear about these people that their HOA, they're running an HOA so they can throw authority on somebody.
Right. Yeah.
But I think overall, and the rest of it is, if there are ordinances with the city about how you have to keep a piece of property, I don't care if it's commercial, whatever, if it's not developed, you have to mow it, and the grass gets so tall. If you don't mow it, they'll go mow it, and they'll assess the lien against it. You got to pay it off, or
you lose your lot.
Yep, there you go. So,
well, what if it's the medium on the side of the street? You can have it. Does that mean you don't have to water it anymore?
Yeah. So it's just one of those. In the city of Frisco, everyone spends a lot of money to keep their lots, their houses, everything.
Oh, sure.
Right.
It's a far-fetched question, but it's, again, these are the little minds thinking different little things, and that was kind of a little slice of Seanisms that
was just Sean thinking that.
Yeah. So I want to ask a question about your campaign,
okay,
and the way you, what was the thought process behind how you run your campaign, how you organize your campaign, how you got started. And I think, Ivan, you play a role in this, but we haven't really given you a chance to talk on the mic much about your role in this and your partnership in this. So how did you guys, what's your role, and how did you guys kind of,
how'd you collaborate? How'd you meet?
Yeah, how'd you get
involved in this shindig?
Well, so
Ivan, you tell your side, and then I'll tell mine.
Fact check here.
Go ahead.
So
it was a long
we know
night.
each other from many years back when we used to go to church together.
Okay.
And I learned he was contemplating running for mayor. And I went and I met with him, and I told Rod straight off, I was like, Rod, I was like, you haven't really done this. Do you have why are you doing it?
Right. Do you know what you're in for?
Yeah. Well, I still think he's realizing it, but within 2.5 hours, he sold me on why he is the one and only candidate that
it took 2.5 hours. Come on.
No, 5 minutes. But no, it was just, I realized, I was like, you know what? People don't realize the knowledge and the just the background in the city, with the city and knowing it. Sure. And it's so cool to have an insider without being an insider, if that makes sense. Because you got a guy that paved 50% of the city, right? You can read any zoning.
40,
okay,
30, 40 feet. I don't know.
Yeah, and can read zoning, read development plans and everything, and have that as, I always said, who do you want to have as your advocate at the table? Well, somebody that knows the stuff and at the same time doesn't have a financial incentive to try to make a deal.
Sure.
That's actually going to be working for the people. So I'm by trade I'm an accountant in finance. I play. If you ask my wife, I play on Excel all day long and make phone calls and emails. But one of my passions has always been politics. My family was originally from Bulgaria, so we escaped communism. So conservative. It's why I love Texas. Where we at least get it, and that's very important to me. So I've been blessed. My wife's been supportive of me helping and basically kind of being a campaign advisor for Rod and being in a partnership with it. But I do have to send a quick praise out to my awesome wife who just opened her photography studio on Main Street.
Nice.
Very kids, real quick.
Give her a shout out.
Crystal, Annabelle, Ivan, and Lauren and Maria. There, you guys are now famous online.
There you go. Immortalized.
I tell you what, I've gotten to see Rod more and more, and I'm convinced he's the right man for the job. So my background is also, I'm a precinct chair in Collin County. And I'm also, so besides he's in my precinct, so I guess I'm biased, but I'm also get out the vote committee chair for the county. And, the county's going through a lot of changes with Frisco's seeing as well. And I think our party's got to kind of grow with it and understand these growing problems And I think it's why it's important we have people that like Rod that are coming up and stepping up to serve.
Sure. Yeah, love it.
So was that the right facts?
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, why were you reading all that from a script? I don't understand why you couldn't just. So, hey, by the way, what church do you guys go to?
Elevate Life.
Elevate Life.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's that located?
So Teal in Main Street. It's
Teal
been
and
there
Main.
26 years. I'm one of the
Holy shnikes! I think that
founding
was one of the
members.
that's one of the first churches I went to back in 2006.
They got
Yeah.
the tall
Cathedral.
cathedral thing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
drive
was
by
the
that
first
as well.
person you guys banned. Sean
It
was.
was not.
Yeah, remember when you got
I
banned?
got
that guy?
emotional on that.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
Yeah,
all
you'll see
good.
his picture. Don't let him in.
Get on Sean a lot tonight. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really nice church. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. there it
Oh, I
is.
know exactly where that is. It's right next to a school. Not a-
Close, yes.
Leadership.
Yeah, leadership prep.
Yeah.
There's a very long school zone there.
Yeah. Okay, because my son briefly went to leadership prep.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really pretty cathedral.
Well, you see,
Or church.
what I always say is given Rod's role in helping to build that. So if he could help make that cathedral, imagine what he could do with Frisco.
Ah, no kidding. And that whiskey superstore.
Yeah, it all comes back to that.
Is that a thing? Are you allowed to do that in Frisco yet?
No, we
No,
can't
you
sell
cannot.
liquor. We can't sell liquor in Frisco. Did you know that? What?
There's liquor stores, aren't there?
We have to
No, they're on the boundaries.
we have to vote for it. So,
That's
you know,
right.
because
That's
Frisco
right.
is a 2-county city,
Right.
we had to have a referendum or
at
an
the
election.
state level, right?
Yes, on the state. They had to amend the state legislature to allow a city with two counties that had a population greater than whatever, which basically made it just Frisco, because the TABC was against it.
I'll be.
And then we voted, and then they said we can sell beer and wine, but not liquor.
Yeah. That's right around the
So
time
we-
that they allowed Hooters to populate, right? Show up. That's right
Well-
around that same time.
Yeah, I think it was. But
Yeah.
remember, they didn't get their liquor license at first because they duped the city council. They said
But-
they were Texas Wings.
I don't
and
know.
didn't tell them they were
For some
Hooters.
reason, I'm kind of against having a liquor store here. You know, I
Yeah, but
think
we're missing out on all that tax revenue.
actually that's valid. That's a valid
It's all
point.
going to Plano.
But you see, when I envision some of these liquor stores, I envision a hoodlum actually going in there and hanging out around the corner.
You mean like us?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like
like
us.
we do.
You know,
There's a ton of liquor stores
Yeah.
surrounding us.
Yes,
really
yes,
nice.
yes.
You got 'em.
really
Yes.
nice.
Really nice place.
maybe it's not a fair
with
assessment.
really like
I'm
great
almost certain it's not.
clientele.
every side, but I'm okay with them not being in Frisco also.
But what about the tax?
I
Because
get
that
it.
is important because they do bring
lot.
there are a ton of sales that goes to Plano. Why are we like supporting Plano taxes when we can generate our own here?
I mean, there's
Well-
a pros and cons to all the arguments. Like, I would go back to the thing of get people involved in the local thing and represent what the people want.
Yep, that's exact. Oh, it was a massive ground roots effort to get the beer and wine. No, it was.
Well, I want to sell
remember
liquor
that.
and have a pig farm here.
And who was Kathy? Kathy.
Kathy CI.
She was the one that got it through.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I see the pros and cons to it. It's you gotta ask yourself what's the right choice.
Right.
To me,
And-
it's like saying, "Hey, why don't we have a casino here?"
Yeah.
Right.
Why don't
I
we?
mean, where do you draw? Where do you draw
That's,
the line?
that's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the problem.
Yeah. But a lot of people ask that question. They don't understand why there's no liquor stores in
Think
Frisco.
about it.
That's why.
The lottery. Like, remember they sold that on us. That was like, oh, it's going to be to, fund the schools and the
schools,
children.
Right. Yep.
Is it not doing that at all?
I mean, I can't tell you, but let me ask you something. Like, do you think people are actually benefiting from the lottery?
You mean the money they're making from it?
No. Well, or that, or just is it really for people's benefit?
that's another transparent
well.
thing. I
Yeah.
mean, why isn't that transparent? Why do we not know? When I win $1 million and I only get 550,000 of it, where's the rest of that going?
That's the federal. That's
It
not
doesn't
the
matter,
state.
but where's it going? I want
To
to
the
see some
government.
Agreed.
Well, you don't see where any of your tax money
I mean,
go.
did it go to Ukraine? Are we? I mean,
I don't think they
where's
get
that money going?
I don't think they get that granular on what your taxes they pay. So
wouldn't
know.
that be cool though? On our property taxes, they showed exactly where every dollar went.
that'd be nice.
I heard,
That
is it
would be cool.
I think it may be New Zealand where they actually supposedly publish from your taxes each amount goes to each category of spending.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to look into them. It's kind of like a good idea. It's I think that's where it goes back to what Rod's talking about with the transparency. It's just helping people know that it's not going into people's side pockets that Really, it is.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody
it's
has
going,
procured these gold bars and
Right.
sitting in their closet.
because the truth of the matter is, I'm sure it's being very well maintained, but you just have to share that with people.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah, because as soon as there's no like total transparency, people assume the worst
Yeah.
immediately.
Even when I
Exactly.
think what the numbers Rod gave, I mean, that's a pretty good return on investment. I tell you what, I'd work for any firm or hedge fund that was doing 3 to 1 like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's
For sure.
like it's like our sales tax. You got 8 1/4. You think, well, man, where's all it go? 6 1/4 of that goes straight to the state.
Right.
1 cent goes to the city, a half cent goes to EDC, half cent goes to CDC. On your property tax, the first thing there's a certain amount pulled out for debt retirement, and then basically the rest of that, I'm pretty sure, goes right into the city. But that's how you pay 50% of our property tax ends up with police and fire. About half of it
Sure.
goes to keep us safe. So it doesn't take long. You can see where every penny goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
public knowledge.
And it doesn't take it doesn't take long for that to get sucked up by something
No.
because we're growing like crazy, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
and then, when you've got a city like this it's really a wonderful cash flow with taxes. People get loose, people get comfortable, and, it's not, do we need that? It's like, I think we want that. Let's go buy it.
Right. Right.
So,
So it sounds like you were against that. We had that big bond election. There were four
for the-
big things,
for
right?
the art center.
You already named the art center. There was something about funding the schools. Remember?
That was
So-
for the school district. Yeah.
The $1 billion
The $1
tax
billion.
increase.
And then they all
Right.
got shot down.
Yeah, they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
did.
Which,
And what was your take on all that?
well, and I think here's the deal, and I'll just tell you, with the Performing Arts Center, I'm not against it, and I think this city needs one. But here's the deal: the way that was structured is ridiculous. They didn't work on anything. Give me an example. The Bass Brothers. Have you been to the Bass Hall in Fort Worth?
No, but I hear it's beautiful.
Oh, it's wonderful, beautiful. So they got tired of messing with everybody. Bass Boys paid for it, and within 2.5 to 3 years, private donations paid it off 100%.
Yeah, why?
It is up. Okay,
Why
so-
wouldn't we do that?
Well, of course we can, but our city,
Kind of like the White House ball.
our city leaders
Ballroom.
never wanted to talk about it. Didn't want to take the time. Just put a bond up. Let's go build it. Why? I firmly believe because the boys out at Firefly and those developers, they wanted to know that
They wanted to guarantee that they were going to develop it.
that it was going to be there. They basically were designing some shared parking off of it. There's a lot of things that were going on.
There's a lot of accusations being thrown around
I don't-
about conflict of interest right now.
and that's a big problem. And the question is, I don't think the fact that it looks questionable should already be a red flag for these
Right.
politicians. I'm like, hey, if I act this way, people are going to think that the tax dollars going for it. Like, maybe I shouldn't be benefiting from this real
Right.
estate deal,
And I shouldn't even allow myself to
Yeah.
be in a position to where it could even be insinuated.
exactly
Right.
like. So we've got to demand from our elected officials that extra level of transparency.
Absolutely.
Because you
I agree
can
with that.
argue with me what's legal or not, but it comes down to
Is it
what's
right?
ethical.
ethical.
Is it right or wrong?
So-
It's time we raise that bar.
So let me give you an example.
Agreed.
Here's what I'm telling folks. So when you're the mayor has no voting rights unless there's a tie.
Correct.
So if you're a developer, I don't care if you're bringing $100 billion development to Frisco, come in the right way, bring it to P&Z, right? Bring your civil engineers, bring everything. Let's lay the plat out. Give me a architectural rendering. Let's look at everything we got. Does it meet the zoning specifications?
Right.
Is it going to be built? Let every department in the city, from the engineering to the fire to the parks people to police, everybody gets their shot at it. If it comes back and the P&Z says, you know what, we recommend this for approval, then you send it to the council. And if the council, they have their chance, you know what, we want a traffic study. Go back and do a traffic study. Okay, whatever else they want. But if and when the council approves that, then go build it. Why do you need to talk to the mayor? I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, and that's what's happening.
Well, of course. Everything is, hey, come see me first. Or I'll tell you if you can have a development here. I need to.
Now, are we-
I need
no,
to shut
well,
up because
well,
I'm pushing the envelope.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
So-
but that envelope is necessary to see.
So, are we not doing competitive bidding in this city?
Well-
There should be 3 bids on everything all the time, no matter what it is.
Okay, so now you're talking about two different sides. What I'm talking about is a private developer coming in. What you're talking about are city projects, and yes, there should be multiple
100%.
multiple bids, and I don't know. I don't know but there should be.
I mean,
That's all
every
can say.
major corporation has a mandate that
Well, thank you.
everything
So-
they
well,
do
of-
is competitive bidding.
Of course.
Well,
Now,
give
and-
Frisco credit. I mean, they do have a matrix that they evaluate all the vendors. And I mean, I know you guys are mentioning like your researchers. I would say take a look at every city council agenda. The flow of it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised because you can actually start to see where all these bids are coming in and look. And you're asking, what do we do as citizens? I'm saying, start reading that and paying attention to what's going before city council. Because you know what?
You're starting to see patterns, huh?
Yeah. Well, but
Say
good
that
or
again.
bad,
Say that again. Start looking at what?
the city council agenda.
Okay.
So it meets the first and third Tuesday of the month, and they now post that agenda. I guess the Wednesday night before. So take a look and see what's coming up because you'll know it's going to be discussed. Like
Sure.
basically got to share with us, like, hey, we're considering voting on this development. We're
There you go.
we're
Mr. Producer
considering
pulled it up.
supplemental warehouse.
Yeah.
And I know it gets boring and everything, but that's kind of like our job as like citizens to keep everybody accountable and see. It's
Yeah.
like, hey guys, like, when I see something that I think looks questionable, I'll call them and say, hey guys,
Right.
what's the deal? Like,
I mean, they're counting on people being apathetic and not asking questions.
well, that was.
I mean,
the
some people. I shouldn't say they.
Well,
but
no. That's everybody says, why is there so much friction right now in the city? Well, they were used to getting 6-0 votes, and when people started asking questions,
Right.
that's when we got these contentious meetings because it's like, well, why are we doing it this way? This and that. There wasn't used to pushback.
And then it started to snowball.
Well, there was a time where you trust your politicians, you trust the city leaders, the city managers to make the right decisions for the benefit of the city. And then when that doesn't happen and people are getting kickbacks and you've got some contractor that decides he's going to do this parking lot or I'll bring up the Allen football stadium. You get some backdoor deal where they pour the concrete all jacked up, and now you got $125 million dollar debacle to fix that stadium. That kind of stuff. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I think part of the challenges we're facing is just the size of Frisco now. It's
Yeah.
not 15, 20,000 people anymore. It's a 250,000, and you're talking about billions and billions of dollars of development and potential kickbacks and this and that.
Yep.
That
Big-
wasn't there before.
Big money
So it's big money. When you get big money,
and a lot of power.
greed, and people don't think straight, in my opinion.
And I mean, and we have to be careful too because it's like like we've got a negative view on developers. Look, there's some that do an amazing work. What I think we have to do is put the guardrails in to prevent
Sure.
the abuse.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And
Human
demand-
nature starts
Yes.
to get
I mean,
blurred.
do you
I think
guys-
you were mentioning the whole like a quote, one of my favorite presidents, and Ronald Reagan: "Trust but verify."
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we demand.
Agreed.
Rod, I just was going to bring you up the story about Caterpillar. I thought it was very telling because you mentioned, and I'll let you tell that story, but I think that's the attitude we need to have from our government officials.
Yeah, what Ivan is talking about, I told the story, was it last night, yesterday? I don't even know. But, even when we did business with Rodman, so Caterpillar, we were negotiating one of the largest private lines of credit they'd ever issued to a private company. And they were taking us out to a steak dinner. They thought they had us, we were about to close it, and we were. But when we sat down with about 25 people, I got up, went to the front, and I found the waiter, and I said, "Here's my card. I'm buying dinner." So when we got to the end, the president of Cap Financial, he asked for the check, and the guy goes, "No, it's been paid for." He goes, "By who?" He goes, "That guy right there." And he said, "First time in my history anyone has ever bought that dinner." He goes, "Why'd you do that?" I said, "I just want you to know, I don't need anything from you, not one penny. What I want from you is a square deal on financing for Caterpillar equipment, and we're good." I did it with Deere Credit, the same deal. So all I'm saying is,
Right. No strings.
never. If we're doing business, I don't need anything from you. I'm here for a reason.
Good
You're
for you.
here for a reason. Bring your reason, and let's work together, and let's do the right thing.
See how
Amen.
refreshing would that be?
Right.
Just to have from our politician
Yes.
and our
Agreed.
future mayor.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So
And that's
Hey, Rod doesn't like to talk about himself like that, but
that's where we do.
he's humble.
yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
My grandfather taught me a long time ago. You do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and when you do the right thing, you never have to worry about what you've done. Right.
Absolutely.
So it just makes life simple, and people respect that, and people still want someone
Oh.
that's willing to do the right thing. That's
Deep
why
down.
when you said we should be able to trust,
Yeah,
and
for
we
sure.
should. We should be able to trust that our council is doing the right thing. Our mayor's doing the right thing. Our
Yeah,
city
you may not
manager-
be able to attend all of the meetings, so I'm gonna count on my brethren to make sure that they're making the right decisions. I don't need to be there for all of them. It stinks like right now. You need to be there. You need to pay attention to everything, and they don't need to be queered up with a bunch of things that's not relevant to what the meetings are about.
Right. And distracted from what they're there for.
Chuck, how much time we got, bud?
So-
20, 25 minutes.
All right, just check.
Oh, we got plenty to talk
Yeah.
about. This is kind of an interesting twist. So
Yes.
you gave your background. You're from Oklahoma, right? Originally,
Yes, sir.
and you're like a good old boy type of thing, farmer, all that good stuff. So Frisco's not it's a well established city with hoity-toity stuff going on now. So you're gonna go to hoity-toity events where you got to wear you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like what does that life look like for you? Like all the
You don't want to jump on the Jeff
Tuxedo.
you know what I
John
mean?
Fetterman
Bandwagon. I don't know if you're going to go to galas and all this fancy stuff,
Yeah.
but I mean, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you have to. The great thing is when I got here, everyone in town was wearing boots and blue jeans,
Right.
And of course, I've got to grow with the city. So,
Sure.
in my business life, we had offices in Austin, San Antonio. I took care of those down there. So, had a private plane and jumped on the private plane on Monday morning and had 3 suits hanging in there and had my clothes for the week and went down and did. In the morning was breakfast, night was a dinner with a developer, and so I have spent a lot of time building relationships and whatever that takes. If I need a new suit, I'll go get a new suit.
Sure.
If, new pair of boots. So I enjoy what I love, and I love about my wife. She can throw on a $2,000 dress and hang out with Melania Trump. The next morning, she can throw overalls on and go help me mow the ranch.
Nice.
Right? So
Nice.
what I love to go out just like today before I came. I was out running a mini X in my neighborhood cleaning up the jogging trail.
Right.
I got off of that, threw on this blue shirt, and came to see you. So I love hey, what do we got going on today? I can be there, and
Right.
I can mix with just about anybody.
Nice.
Yeah, what have you been doing at Starwood?
So,
He's gutting the trail out there. He's
Yeah.
clearing the trees and stuff.
yes, sir.
You have a license for that thing?
No, isn't that funny? So,
Ba-da-dang,
it's
dang,
a
dang,
crazy.
dang,
I've been there
dang.
26 years, right? And my granddaughter said, "Hey, Papa, this looks like Maleficent flew through here and killed everything. It's nasty." I finally said, "You know what? I'm gonna clean this up." So I called the head of the HOA, and he said, "Rod, we've talked to 10 attorneys. It's a mess. Nobody really owns it. City doesn't own it. HOA doesn't own it. We think it's in some LLC somewhere, but I wouldn't go in there. There's a lot of liability." So I tracked it down.
Is that this? Is he talking about this right here? Is this?
Let's see. No. Well, yeah, that's where it starts.
So it's all that
It's-
area
if you
tucked in there,
all down through there. Yeah,
and it's
there
all
you
you're
go.
saying it's all overgrown and not being managed and maintained and
Hadn't been touched for 20 years, 15 years.
Oh Lord, there's all kinds of
around
nefarious
these
elements in there.
multi-million-dollar homes, huh?
That's correct. So I dive off.
Okay,
in there,
sorry. Go ahead.
And all of a sudden, here comes all these homeowners. Oh, it's unbelievable! Thank you so much. Literally, some
Oh,
of
I'm
we
glad
have
they
been
said
working
that.
for 8 years to try to get somebody to clean this up. So I finished it. The reason I did it today, it's time for me to be done. We've got a lot of stuff this week, and then comes the election. And I've spent about $100,000 of my own personal money cleaning
Wow.
that place up. But
Is that tax deductible?
no.
So hold on. So what exactly did you do? You went in there with a bobcat and just kind of
skid steer, and then pulled a lot of the big trees, had to cut, hauled them to a place to get rid of them. That's about
all the underbrush. You're saying
800.
you can
Well,
clean
the
everything up.
underbrush I laid down, and I used what you call a chipper, or a grinder on the
Yeah.
front of a.
Is there a waterway that runs through there?
A mulch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
big old creek.
Oh, nice. I
So,
bet it's got all kinds of fun
Mulched
things.
all the little stuff up and left it late. And
Okay.
then had to haul the big stuff. And,
Okay.
then I went out to the entry, got it, and of course, everybody they're walking by. I don't know how many votes I've picked up from that.
A lot.
It's a lot.
And probably
But-
influential ones.
We should
Here's-
build an Italian
So
canal.
here's the deal. Yeah. And what people say is,
I'm asking for that
again,
Hey man, that's
it's
actually
just
not a bad
like
idea.
Trump. Trump says, "I'm going to fix that." And all the libs say, "You can't fix it." Trump, what does he do? He fixes it.
Yeah, he
That
sure
was
does.
That was that ice rink, right, in New York? Well,
Yeah.
that said no one could fix this. He went down there and did it.
He
Exactly.
is a problem solver. Love him or
Yes,
hate him, he is a
yes,
problem
yes.
solver.
But you see, that's
So-
what we see in Rod, that unique ability. Look, nobody asked him to do that.
Right.
He felt a call, he got it done.
Right.
So imagine if he does that for this neighborhood, what he can do for Frisco.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
use that. Use
So
that
it's
as
a
a
gift.
stone.
It's a gift to my, to my neighborhood. I've been there 26 years. I love Starwood. And I just told them, as long as I'm alive, I'll just maintain this, okay?
There we go.
It's therapy. It's only, I don't have to go 40 miles to get on a hoe. I just walk 5 minutes
Yeah.
to get on.
So do you have like an arsenal of vehicles sitting right there? You got like couple sitting on a tractor or a
Mini
trailer?
X, skid steer, grind, I got anything I need's close by.
Nice.
Take. Toys.
It's
you
an excuse to get on it.
Toys.
A lot of guys around there drive Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I got toys. I got equipment.
Well, it sounds like this could be an awesome Dudes Like Us outing. We can go over there and help
There we go.
contribute. Take
Hey.
turns on the big machine.
Yeah.
as
I
my
mean, who
brother,
doesn't want to drive on a big old Tonka toy?
as
I
my
don't want you near a wood chipper, man. I don't know.
Yeah. We can turn that thing over in a hurry.
That those rotor heads are unbelievable. What they'll chew up.
No,
the
go
big
on.
grinders.
Yeah, they set on the the big rotor head on the front of a skid steer.
I can see it now. 3 men thrown from
Three
heavy
men.
equipment.
3 men died.
Yeah, it's I've
Yeah, that
sucked
probably wouldn't end well
I've
for
sucked
us.
a rat or two in there. It's not good.
They got any like? They got fish. How wide is that little waterway there? Is it like?
Well, it's got an 8-foot jogging trail with bridges. I mean, I think Jones spent probably, I would say, $3 to $4 million just putting
Wow.
that trail in, and it was to be dedicated to the city. It was part of the city parks
what
trail.
went wrong?
those
Now
things.
no one
Who
owns this.
dropped
City,
the ball?
City, after a couple years ago, and you know what?
Because when they put it on
Too
paper,
much, too much maintenance. We don't want it. Take it back.
Yeah.
Jones is going, what?
Yeah.
So Joe said they tried to give it to the HOA, and the HOA messed with it for years ago. We don't want it either. It's a lot of work.
Well, it ties right
So
into
it's
that.
still unresolved. I mean, I
Yeah.
know you helped out, but I mean, it's going to be a problem forever if somebody
just-
doesn't come up with a lasting
Well,
solution.
So as long as I'm alive, I'll take care of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
You need to tie it into the Grand Park then,
There
Yeah,
you
and
go.
once you get it like I've got it now, it won't take, a couple days with a bigger machine, and then just keep it mowed.
Oh, yeah. You've
How
got
long
it to
did
a
it-
point where you can
Yeah.
maintain
How long
it.
did it take you
Yeah.
to get it to where it's at now?
I've been working there for a couple months. Now, I get 2 hours on this day and 3 hours on that day. Whenever I go, when's my next appointment? He said, you got 4 hours. Okay, I got 3 on the Mini X. So,
All right, do we share the campaign joke when we can't find Rod wherever we go? Down to the creek.
Yeah. That's
You
pretty
forget-
good.
Hey, you know what?
Down by
Like
the
that's a
river.
pretty good. Like that's a good respite. Like think about it. It's helping the community. We
yeah.
joke about it, but I
and I also get my mind off the stupid.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
think we all need our spot to go and think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His is just clearing brush and making
Yeah.
the neighborhood look pretty.
I mean, that's why I do my own yard work. I know that sounds stupid, but when I'm on
Yes.
doing the mower and
Right.
doing all the hard housework around,
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're not thinking about a lot.
That's right.
So that makes sense.
I like to play video games.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
Yeah.
not my thing.
I mean, really. I mean, and just that's kind of my little decompression. Kind of disappear for a second, and then
Yeah,
play
I-
the.
I cook and make meat products,
that's awesome.
sausages
Yes.
and bacon and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
love
that.
As long as he shares, it's
I
cool.
like to cook too.
He didn't
I
share
do.
very
He
often.
doesn't
Son
share
of
very
Son of a
often.
bitch.
Every once in a while.
Yeah,
Didn't they
that's-
say sharing's caring?
Sharing is caring.
That's why. That's
I'll
why
give you-
Jeff could never be mayor.
Oh, yeah. I'll share my meat.
Hey, wait, we already had a Jeff as mayor, so I
Yeah,
think we need to.
we can't have more. We can't have
Yeah,
more
I
than
can't
one.
have another one.
Hey, can you? How many times can you be a mayor? I mean,
Is it 3 terms?
three terms.
Three-year terms.
Yeah, so 9 years.
9 years.
And they
Is
don't-
that
they
consecutive, or can you skip a term and do 3 and then do another one?
I don't know.
start
Yeah,
over again?
Don't get me lying. I'm not certain with that law. It's
I
kinda
don't,
like the
I don't think it
president's rule.
resets.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like
You think it's just-
the presidents
well,
can't be
didn't-
consecutive. It's
Right.
10 years, so technically,
Correct. Yeah.
you can have 2 terms plus 2 years, right?
yeah, but we were talking about somebody ran for a seat,
City council
and then they got done. They turned out, and then they hopped to another one.
to a different
Yeah.
seat.
Well,
That shouldn't be allowed.
that happens to be a competitor too. I think you're referring to.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I mean, when you term
we know
out,
what we're doing.
when you term out, you term out. I mean, I don't care what seat you're on in the city council. That's a loophole, and I think that's not cool.
I think 90% of the time, there needs to be a term limit because they learn too much and they're tempted too much by money.
Right?
Correct.
Or-
Goes back
or-
earlier.
or-
When money's involved, People get greedy and they start thinking about themselves.
Yeah, they become
Corrupt.
Well, yeah.
career politicians. I mean, look at the federal government.
Washington, D.C.
My God.
Yep, that's where I grew up. I can tell you all
It's
sorts
a
of
racket.
stories. Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
I mean, nobody wants career politicians.
Yeah.
It was never designed to be that way.
We just got rid of 2 more of them today. So
That's true.
Yes, we did.
So we got rid of Tony
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez
Yep.
and Eric Swalwell,
well, Eric
the public
Swalwell,
CNN farter.
Swalwell has not resigned yet.
He will
says
by the end of the week.
He plans to.
I think he submitted a letter.
Well, he plans to resign.
That's probably what the letter
Is he
was.
going to
Yeah,
try
but-
to stretch this out as long as he can?
I know it.
I mean, you got to think about it. Was this? I mean, he's grasping for more power. He was running for the governorship of California. Do you think he was just democratically executed?
Yes.
Because they had.
Yes.
I mean, they had to have known all this all along.
They did.
You
They
know,
did as well.
I mean,
known.
we all knew it. I mean, why wasn't he held accountable a long time ago when he's boffing this
Fang
Chinese
Fang Fang.
yeah,
Because
whatever. Was it
because
Fang
he,
Fang, really?
he served a purpose. He was a useful tool. What do they call it?
Useful idiot.
A useful idiot.
He really
Yeah.
is. He really
No,
is
I'm
an
being
idiot.
serious. When the part, remember, these politicians don't control themselves at the federal level. You have the Democrat Party and the Republican Party that dictate everything they do, and,
Yeah.
and everybody who gets there wants to be
They're
a
there
career
just to flip a
politician.
button.
And so what? You got to be put on these powerful committees. How are you going to do that? You got to toe the line. I don't care what you really feel. It's what the party feels and what the party tells you to vote, and then you get that. Otherwise, if you buck the party, you're not getting that.
But you're missing one thing. It's the uniparty. That's the thing.
Right.
They all are. I mean,
Yeah.
work together. It's to
Oh, yeah.
stay in power.
Yeah,
yes.
and they all
It's-
turned on him. I
it's
mean,
awful.
it's ugly.
The federal government right
But he
now
is kind of a
awful.
he's a butt nugget. I mean, he was having sex with minors. I
Right.
mean, it's 17-year-old. You know, and then we were joking about it on one podcast, and I was like, "Yeah, but it's legal in New York. You can have sex with, but at the end of the day, he has sex with a 17-year-old. Come on, man.
Not cool.
I didn't hear
It's-
that.
I thought he stepped down because of the sexual harassment.
That
stuff,
too. I think
Yeah.
that was when that came out. Is when
Isn't it
he,
amazing how they stay in power with that type of behavior? It's
Yes.
like
That and just,
Amazing.
I mean, Nancy Pelosi. I mean, and the stock trades
who
and
would like to have her portfolio. I mean,
Yeah.
oh
it's-
yeah.
look. I
Well,
mean,
I
it
think-
never ends.
I think Gonzalez needs to go
What
as
did
well.
Gonzalez do?
he had an affair with a staffer, and she ended up lighting herself on fire and
Yeah.
killing herself when he
yeah,
broke
he
it off.
scorned her.
Wow,
Yes.
boy, he must
He,
be.
he tried to break it off, and she ended up. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there may be a couple
That
other
is
things, but that was
sad.
Hold on, let's walk through this. He broke up with her, and her only way out was to catch herself on fire.
apparently yes.
Yeah, she was battling mental illness. It's a really super sad story.
That is bizarre. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. That is bizarre.
Yeah,
I hate to take a way left, but I'm really interested in the stock exchange.
All right, well let's knock.
I don't
that
think
out.
I don't think a lot of people know what exactly
The
is
Texas,
happening.
the
Yes.
Y'all Street.
well,
Yes.
it's down in Dallas.
y'all-
Yeah.
So what was
Y'all Street.
what? Walk us through exactly what's happening. I mean, it's not rocket science. We're having our own stock exchange here in Dallas, but how does that work, and why are we doing it?
I have no idea how that works. I mean, the bottom line, I don't know the guts of it all.
Well, from what I understand, there's a portion of the stock exchange moving to Dallas. I think it's more of the electronic side.
Like Nasdaq?
I don't know. My knowledge is maybe this much.
So-
but I know J.P. Morgan Chase now has more people working in Dallas than in New York on Wall Street.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. So, and I think what's his name, Jamie Dimon, the CEO,
Right.
has said that we'll have a footprint here in New York, but I think the bulk of what he's doing is moving to Dallas.
Well, it's like a startup company. And there's probably tons of money to be made. Not that I really understand. I mean, I guess they get a cut of every trade. I mean, it's
So-
probably huge business, right?
So based on what
JP
AI
Morgan-
says,
yes.
the Texas Stocks Exchange based in Dallas is a new national securities exchange approved by the SEC, launched in early 2026, aiming to challenge the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, by reducing compliance costs
Nasdaq.
and offering more pro-business governance rules backed by $161 million from investors like BlackRock and Citadel. It seeks to address rising
BlackRock.
compliance costs.
They're in everything,
Excessive,
aren't
yeah, they are. Excessive litigation and what is deemed as the weaponization of corporate corporate governance. There's key aspects if we want to get in that, which mentions the Y'all Street. The movement include not only for the Texas Stock Exchange expansion.
So if you're so we can all buy and sell stocks, right? I mean, it's all on the Dow and the this and the that from our brokerage. So now companies are going to list their are they going to list in both places? Are they going to delist in one and they're going to move from that stock exchange to ours now? Is that how that works?
That's my understanding. And there's some that they don't really want. Some will stay in New York. Some will come. But I think it's a fresh start. I think a lot of your aggressive large corporations right now, they're looking for change. They're looking to restart in Texas. They love this economy. Texas is becoming what California was years ago, right? So they're coming off East Coast, West Coast. And this is going to be, I think Texas is going to explode.
Right? This is another example of brain drain and money drain from both New York
break this down
and California.
For the ignorant folks. What is the big deal? I mean, don't they talk to each other anyways?
Who?
New York Stock Exchange versus Texas Stock Exchange?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trade on that. Never do. I
based
buy
on
land.
I don't know
the controversy says the move has faced criticism with political figures like Donald Trump labeling the shift unbelievably bad for New York and is noted by the Fox Business, but it doesn't really give you any meat on the controversy.
Well, it's bad for New York because you have these corporations moving.
That's what I mean.
New York
That's what I just said.
Dallas.
It's a brain drain and a money drain from New York and California are moving to Texas.
They're losing tax revenue in New York. So New York is so unfriendly to corporations.
And they're becoming more and more irrelevant.
Yeah.
From a business, the central business.
Yep.
I mean, AOC person was single-handedly kicked out Amazon from New York. That was ridiculous with her.
You cannot be anti-business. It's not a good strategy.
She lost a ton of money. What a dingbat.
Look at California. Their state regulations. I mean, I've listened to like Exxon and not necessarily Oracle, but all of them. Anyone Phillips 66 that have to do with petroleum, they have spent billions upon billions, and now they got no, you're going to spend more billions. They finally just said enough. We're out. You can have it. And I mean. Yeah. How can that governor, what in the world is he thinking? They continue to leave mass exodus, and he just makes an excuse.
Right.
I mean, dude, can you not? This is about as simple math as it gets.
They are completely disconnected.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? I want to do another hard left because I noticed up there cocaine hippos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing. And
What
actually,
the heck is cocaine hippos about?
That's going to be a big part of your campaign,
Is
I
this
think.
the Escobar hippos?
Escobar hippos, yes. So
Yeah.
What are we dealing with here?
So what are they doing?
Pablo Escobar brought a bunch of hippos to Colombia. And they basically, now that he's gone, they're like loose.
Yeah, there's like roaming hippos, which they don't belong in Colombia.
And they're multiplying rapidly.
So they're not like muling keys of cocaine inside these hippos.
It's roaming the country freely, terrorizing villagers and disrupting native ecosystems.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not natural to Colombia.
So you think we can go like a helicopter cocaine hippo hunt?
I don't know.
Kind of like the
is hippo good eating? Can you yield a lot of meat from hippo?
I think the natives there eat them. I don't know. I've never eaten.
What does hippo
I've eaten a
taste
lot
like?
of things, but I've never eaten.
I mean, there's such thing as hippo boots. I mean, can I have some?
So we don't have a hippo problem in Frisco, do we?
No.
Well,
We're good.
So
not that we know of. Yeah,
looks like the water in Colombia
Rhinos.
is even friendlier than Africa.
Very nice.
Okay, actually, I have one more thing for you.
Okay.
Have you ever another thing on the board? Reflect orbital. Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea. Reflect orbital.
Yes, look it up, Chuck.
Oh, okay.
You're going to find this fascinating because this is all about agriculture and land.
Okay.
This is a startup satellite company that is able to redirect light from the sun to shine light on land at nighttime.
On crops.
Yes.
So it's
And
like
you got to pay for it.
it's like Alaska. So they literally, you ever seen a garden in Alaska? So I've hunted up there and fished a lot. So by the end of June, July, cabbage heads that big around because they get light 20 to 21 hours a day.
Sure.
Right.
So this is you on-demand access. You can program a satellite to turn and reflect light to your
Shut the front door.
your farm.
So
read
you
it.
literally have your own little star in the sky that's going to
that's going to make it pretty.
Okay. Can reflect a 5 kilometer. How big is a kilometer? How long is a kilometer?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You're asking the
Mile, I
right
know
people.
that.
So
These are great questions
5K
for the right people.
5K is 3.1 miles.
Yeah, 3 miles. Yeah.
It's about 3 miles.
5K.
It's about 3 miles.
So it's less than a
So
mile.
So you're talking about a 3 mile square mile.
Well, but it
area?
can be angled to hit precise targets.
I get that, but can reflect a 5 kilometer diameter spot of light. I mean, that's
Big. That's
big.
3 miles.
If it's 3 miles, that's
Well, does that mean like the biggest it can be?
I don't know.
I imagine
I just
it's
saw that.
it's directly proportional to the size of the mirrors that's reflecting down upon it.
Well, here's me. What if you're the neighbor? All right, my neighbor over here is reflecting sun at midnight. That doesn't stop at your yard.
Well, here's the other thing.
That's going to
Right.
be daylight
Well, I
in your
don't know.
yard as
Does
well.
it?
Targeted
Yeah, it
illumination.
doesn't
I mean,
stop like
I mean,
that.
if you have a
This is-
spotlight, it's essentially a spotlight. I mean, kind of.
No.
I mean, what do you guys think about this? This is real.
No. Using targeted illumination, using real-time tracking, these mirrors can be angled to hit precise targets. The reflected light is expected to be roughly as bright as a full moon, or slightly more.
That's not full sun.
So
So
not
that doesn't help you from an agriculture perspective.
I don't know. I mean, will it do photosynthesis? As long as it activates photosynthesis, I think that's all that matters.
What is the win on this? Because they're investing a lot of money into this.
I guess if
I don't know.
if you're growing marijuana or drugs or something. You want,
Is Lex Luthor involved in any of this?
I'm sure. Well,
Look
you
at the
know,
amazing
This is
thing.
crazy, right?
Yeah, what's great. But look at the amazing ingenuity.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I just look at it, I'm like, wow.
Right.
So that happened.
But
I
you
can
know,
get a suntan at night now.
well, so they grow vegetables in lighthouses, and they grow them 24 hours a day. So,
Right.
yeah.
and of course, sunlight is much better for a plant than white light or whatever they're producing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that could be.
I mean, one interesting use of this was for emergencies, right? So if there's a natural disaster that hits at nighttime,
Right.
they can
light it up.
they can illuminate an area where emergency crews and first responders are trying to do. I get that, right?
That is-
That's actually a good one.
That's crazy.
That's a good one. But
Is Elon Musk heading this up?
no.
I mean, with the Starlink propaganda?
So here's the significant opposition from the scientific community, particularly from organizations like Dark Sky International and the Royal Astronomical Society. It totally disrupts. Look at that. Confusing migratory birds, harming entire food network. Well, okay. They're saying
that's the same argument that, when they built the south border wall, they were like, oh, it's going to stop migration of animals. I'm like, come on.
it did. The hippos.
Well, it also says technical feasibility. It says that 3,000 satellites would only provide about 20% of midday sunlight.
To a handful of locations.
Yeah.
Right. I
There's
don't.
already over 5,000 Starlink
Anything's
satellites
possible.
upstairs.
How much money you got?
Yeah.
I found it fascinating because this kind of stuff is sci-fi to the max,
Well,
right?
yeah, and I
But I mean, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't know.
Well, gentlemen, did you have fun?
had a great time.
Good.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, well, you know what? It was a pleasure having you on here.
Yeah, that was good.
I appreciate
Genuinely.
that. Have fun. Well, I'd love to do it again.
Cool. We would love to
I
have
have
you.
Well,
to
you've
say,
got a-
so when I'm mayor,
Well, there's
we'll have all kinds of things to talk about.
Oh,
we've
yeah,
only
we
got
will.
like
love it.
another minute and a half left, but I'm kind of curious. So for www.vilhauer.com and to check out for our mayor candidate, Mr. Rod here. Sorry, I'm trying to get that out.
Yeah.
Golly.
Well, that was a lot. That was a lot.
bless.
You okay?
Little phlegm got caught in there.
I was trying to, God bless it, I kind of lost my train of thought, but whatever, we're out.
It's gone.
It's okay.
I was going somewhere with that, but you know what? We're going to talk about this real quick. We've got the Russell's Reserve Private Barrel Selection, single barrel Kentucky Straight Bourbon. You guys,
what'd you think?
Joined in on us. It's 55% ABV, which is 110 proof. The Russell's Reserve. It's traditionally a pretty solid product.
It is
Yeah.
really solid.
What had you say 10 years?
I think it's
Aged?
I think it's 12, but
What was it say on the back?
I don't have my.
Anyway, this is a Wild
glasses.
Turkey product. Jimmy
I have my
Russell
glasses.
created
Yeah, it's-
Wild Turkey, right? So then they came out
10.
with 10 year.
Yeah. I thought
So
it was a
then
10
the Russell's brand, they have a Russell's 10 year out there, and this is the private or the single barrel version of this. So
So we typically like to go for the single barrel stuff. We like them a little bit stronger. It's just for us that makes sense. For me, it makes sense.
I didn't know they were wild turkey.
yeah, this is Wild Turkey.
Interesting.
Well, it's Wild Turkey Company. The
Wild
Jimmy
Turkey Distilling.
Yes.
Yeah, in Lawrenceburg. I have been to that distillery. How about that?
So have I.
For this 10-year, I'm going to give this a 7.5.
Oh, whoa. He's coming
I
out.
agree.
Yeah.
This
Coming
is
out
good
strong.
stuff.
Yeah,
on this
I'm
one.
enjoying it. 7.5 is good. Look, on our scale, 7.5 is high. 8 is incredible. 9 is even more incredible. We've
No
never.
one's gotten a 10 or close to it.
Yeah, no, it's
This is excellent.
it's very difficult. But this one's solid. It's one you sip. It's not one you shoot. There's a lot of folks out there that get kind of like, oh, it's so strong, can't drink it. Well, you're not supposed to shoot it. That's the problem. They're thinking like, oh, I'm going to do it. You're not supposed to do that. It's ridiculous. Paul, did you rate this?
I'm going to go 7-1.
7.1. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Debbie Downer over here.
What do you think,
What?
Rod?
Anything over 7 is great.
I don't have a measuring stick.
Well, you don't have to rate it, but
How'd you
as
feel
far
about
as
it?
compared to your crown that you
no,
used to
it,
like.
It had a nice flavor to it.
Yeah.
Would dig that.
Yeah.
Ivan, what
Good
say you?
It was smooth. I'm going with you guys. 7.5.
You like this or the Knob Creek better?
This.
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 Yeah, I like this better as well.
Nice and rich.
It's
good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Well, I'm super glad you guys came on here. I look forward to I kind of like figuring out what I was going to ask you. The mayoral race is going to probably have a runoff. It's going to be difficult. The rules, do you have to have 50% of the,
Yes.
of the
How
votes?
many are in the race?
It's 4.
4.
Currently.
4 people.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Mark Hill. There's is it?
Shauna Sowell.
Yeah. How do you say
John-
her name? Shauna Sowell.
Sowell.
No.
And it is pretty competitive.
John
Keating.
Keating.
John Keating's the other one, yeah.
I know
And Rod.
who that is. He used to be on the city council, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
2 terms.
what do you got up there?
We got
Key
our
dates.
key dates. Early voting
Key
begins
dates.
on April. I can't
20th.
believe it. 20th.
20th.
That's my son's birthday, so remember that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great way to celebrate and go and vote.
We've done really well voting.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
we've held each other accountable because we're talking
Awesome.
about this stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're like, you know what? We need to be voting. And again, what do we give the vote for? Whoever's sitting outside and giving out Jello shots.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's our strategy.
I usually run in circles in the parking lot with pasties and no shirt on,
Yeah.
yeah, that part we don't understand.
So the official.
Vote for Rod.
the
He's
official.
not- don't worry. He's not doing that.
I
Don't
think
worry.
we need to have a legal disclaimer.
yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
We get it.
Yeah, the official election day is May 2nd. If you can't make it out for early voting,
Try to make the early though.
I highly recommend early voting.
Yep.
For sure.
Election day is going to be. It'll be lined up 3 to 4 hour waits probably. So
God bless you, Rod.
everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
sir.
you
Cheers.
so much
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
on the
Yeah,
podcast.
I appreciate it. My
Pleasure meeting you both.
I've had a great time.
Good.
Good.
Second half of the Dudes Like Us podcast, Tuesday, April 14th. Chuck, you were the man staying on top of shit today. You were actually on top of stuff, even with the maps. They weren't looking at it, but I was.
Oh,
every
and the
time we talk about
hippos?
it-
And the hippos?
Hippos.
You killed the hippos.
Go and vote, folks. Go and vote. Vote. Not everybody is for you. Figure out who that person is. Vote. Just freaking
Absolutely.
show up and vote.
Right.
That's it, man. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
Rod. Come on, Rod. It's not that hard.
You have one job.
One more turn, Ivan.
And Ivan.
All right.